Hi guys, this is lesson 7.10. I can compare decimals in tenths and in hundredths using money. Which is greater? Both of these decimals have a 6 in them, but each one shows a different amount. So I'm going to think about money when I compare them. When I look at this first decimal, I know that the 6 is in the tenths place. A tenth, 1/10, equals 1 dime. So this decimal is equal to 6 dimes. And we would say it or read it as 6/10. Our next decimal has a 6 in the hundredths place. 1 penny is equal to 1/100th because it takes 100 pennies to make a whole dollar. So 1/100th is equal to 1 penny. So literally 6/100ths is the same as 6 pennies. So which is greater? Well, I know that 6 dimes is basically 60 cents. And I know 6 pennies is only 6 cents. Therefore, 6/10 is going to be greater than 6/100ths. Which is greater? So let's take a look at these two decimals. If I look at my first decimal, I notice to the right of my decimal point is a 1. I know that 1 is in the tenths place. Therefore, this decimal is 1/10, which is the same as 1 dime, 10 cents. If I look at the second decimal, I notice there is a 0 in the tenths place and a 1 in the hundredths. The 0 means there are no tenths, but we do have 1/100th. I know that 1/100th is the same as 1 penny. So this decimal is read as 1/100th, and we only have 1 cent. Therefore, if I have 10 cents, that's more than 1 cent. So 1/10 is greater than 1/100th. Which is greater? So our first decimal has 0/10 and 7/100ths. 7/100ths is written as a fraction like that. That literally would be 7 pennies or 7 cents. Our other decimal has 7/10. 7/10 is written like that as a fraction. If I have 7/10, then I have 7 dimes. 7 times 10 is 70. So 7/10 is the same as 70 cents. Therefore, 70 cents is greater, so 7/10 is greater than 7/100ths. You can use a place value chart to help compare your decimals. For example, we might have, let's see, 4/10 and 40/100ths. Here's how we would write 40/100ths. Which is greater? Well, if I look at our tenths, Both of them have 4 tenths. If I look at the hundredths, they both have 0. These two fractions are actually equivalent. Let's take a look at this decimal. 0, decimal point, which we would say and, 0 tenths, 9 hundredths. This decimal is 9 hundredths. That would literally mean 9 cents. If I compare it to this decimal, which is bigger. So our first decimal has 9 hundredths, which is like 9 cents. And our second decimal has 9 tenths, which is like 90 cents. So 9 tenths is going to be greater. Today you learned how to compare decimals.